It is thieving season. I'm sure you've heard by now. Miami Hurricanes quarterback Carson Beck had his cars stolen. One Lamborghini, one Mercedes. Of course, they recently arrested 7 guys in a crime syndicate from Chile who were part of the whole robberies of guys like Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Joe Burrow. And then I also recently said John Morant had his house robbed. Seems like this crime syndicate is sitting around watching these players' schedules. And I brought up the point and I said, man, look, if you're a rich, famous athlete, and Carson Beck is rich and pretty much famous, and he's an athlete, so he's got that too. Number one, you have to protect yourself and secure yourself a little bit better. Number two, we all have that off friend who don't really, keep a job very well. He or she's a little off.
He's a bum.
What you do is you say, look, I got you. Here's what you do. You live with me, and when I leave the house, I leave protection. Let's just put it that way. That should be enough. Maybe even throw a German Shepherd in the mix. Isn't that enough to protect yourself?
Nah, B, because you learn how to. They're probably learning ways to distract the dogs and everything like that. This is an inside job, bro. All of this got to be inside jobs.
I didn't think of that. Is this an inside job for all these athletes?
Dan, let me ask you this, bro. We're bums, right? We're not bums, but we're not nowhere near.
Yeah, I own one car, and it's not a
We're
Lamborghini,
nowhere near the
is
stature
it a
of these
Mercedes
athletes.
Benz.
But even with us, right? If we're out in the public or you're just anywhere, you're kind of secluded. You're not trying to, you'll say hi and everything with people and cool, but you're not bringing everybody and anybody back with you to a spot. You know what I mean? Like, if you were back in the days when I was going out heavy, right? You're always trying to bring something home. You know what I mean? You're trying to bring something home, maybe, a group of them, back home, group of girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, all voluntarily, by the way, guys, all voluntary, all everything. But what I'm saying is you're not good. If you see somebody from them that you're not you're like, I don't know about your homegirl, or, you know what I'm saying? I don't know about your homeboy coming through. They're just not going to come through. They're not, because you have to have your monitors up. You have to have, like, hey, this person might be I don't trust this person. This person doesn't look too, right in the head or whatever. Something's off. I can't bring he or she back to my residence. These athletes are millionaires, okay? Millionaires, some of them making almost 9 figures. You're not bringing any just, Jane Doe or John Doe over to your spot. You got to know the person, because you know what you have. And you're not going to put that, what you have, in money, homes, cars, jewelry, you're not going to put that at risk.
Your stuff is too nice to have too many people around.
Right. So then, therefore, for the fact that it's not like, it ain't the special team guy. It ain't the kick returner. It ain't the long snapper. It ain't the 8th man or 9th man on the bench. It is the premier players of the league. And why is that happening? Clearly, they're allowing people in their homes that they think are friends, and they're not.
Or workers.
Or housekeepers, nannies, lawnman, pool person. Yeah. It's got to be somebody that knows your schedule.
Well, I mean, it's not hard to keep up with Patrick Mahomes' schedule.
But you got to know your schedule. You know what's that movie?
I don't understand how
what's that movie? What's that movie with Mark Wahlberg and Ed Norton? The Italian Job.
Oh,
the Italian Job.
I've seen that.
How did they know? They had to follow everything he did, a routine. They knew his routine in order to do the heist, which was it's a movie. But in this situation, though, Dan, you got to know this person's routine. You got to know, okay, this person gets up at 6 o'clock, gets out of the house at 6:45, won't be back until 11. The wife leaves at 8. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know their routine on this day. This is what they do. That's the only way you can break into somebody's home. Think about it. Joe Burrow got robbed while he was playing a game.
Football, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? And second of all, something you've always said, hey, athletes, get better security. Like, what are we doing here? You've got all the money in the world. You can't don't get a ring camera. Get something else.
Yeah, my thing is this, Vlad. First of all, when you go out of town, and I'm bad about it. I tell everybody I'm going out of town. Sometimes you can post online I'm going out of town, but I have someone stay at my house. I have a friend, our family member, and I say, hey, look, can you house sit for me? Because I'm not going to be around. Maybe feed my bunnies, do whatever.
Fam, we leave the light on at my house, even if nobody's home.
Joe Burrow or Patrick Mahomes or Brittany Mahomes, when they peace out to go to football games, just turn the lights out and walk out?
No,
there's got to be somebody there.
Dude, broken and broke. We always leave a light on just for the simple fact we want somebody to think somebody's home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, now the guy that robbed, or supposedly they have a suspect in custody that robbed Carson Beck's car, was more of a local guy. But this crime syndicate from Chile, all 7 guys are from Chile. Chile. I don't know how they got into Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Travis Kelce. I don't know how they did it. I mean, they're obviously professional criminals, but they got, what got them done in, Vlad?
What was that?
Selfies.
See that? Well, that always does it. That's always does in everything.
What's the need? I guess, if you're that type of life.
They want to flex. They want to flex, and that's stupid. You're talking about the biggest athletes in the world. You don't think that feds are going to come after you?
Yeah. And then you've done it multiple times too. So
right.
I don't know. So Carson Beck had a Lamborghini and a Mercedes-Benz stolen from his house. Goodness.
No, wait, no. Shorty, that was his girl. That was
How does one guy steal 2 cars?
No. That was his girl. What was her name?
Haley Carpenter.
Haley Carpenter. That's messed up.
But how does one guy steal 2 cars?
Easy.
It's impressive.
That's easy.
Well, you pull one out, pull another one out.
He had to have somebody. He had to have somebody.
He ain't snitching.
Nah, he had to have somebody go with him.
If he did that, I'm impressed.
What? Oh, what? Steal 2 cars?
If one man
stealing 2 cars?
Yeah.
How far did he go with the first car?
I have no clue.
To go back to get the other one.
I have no clue. No clue whatsoever.
Nasty work, man. Nasty work. Just guys, athletes, male or female, please take a better, get better security.
We all have that friend that has trouble holding down jobs. This is why you have that friend. Give him some money. Give him some protection.
Listen, you always have to have a guy on the street.
And say, no one is allowed in the house. No one under no circumstances.
Let me tell you this.
If they say they're the mailman, if they say they're supposed to be here, I'm telling you now.
You always have to have somebody in the streets, man.
Anyone steps on this property, we all know the law. You step on my property, I have the right to do whatever. Just,
I'm just saying.
I got my friend in mind right now. If I ever become rich, I got you, bro. You got me. I got you.
You need a right-hand man. You need that guy or that lady that's going to be,
You always have that friend that's kind of off, and you really, why am I hanging out with this dude or this girl?
Because if my life was in detriment, I know for a fact he or she's got my back.
They are going to go. They have no regard for their own life or any of that.
Their only regard is your life.
Literally. Like Myles Garrett could walk up to me and be like, I'm about to knock your lights out. And they'll fight him. They'll fight him because they're just nuts like that.
They better win.
They're not going to win, but they don't care.
They better.